Welcome toy fans to another Third Earth Reviews. Remember This, where I take an in-depth look at some of our favorite 80s and 90s toys. Today, I will be reviewing some of the 1990s Micro Mini playsets. After the popularity of Polly Pocket in 1989, companies scrambled to cash in on this market, releasing several different playsets, and these are just a few. Mighty Max was released in 1992 by Bluebird, the same company who released Polly Pocket. However, these playsets were targeted more towards boys, with their playsets having themes of horror and dangerous animals. These toys became so popular in the 1990s that Mighty Max was later adapted into a TV show and a video game. An interesting note is that some of the smaller playsets had comics depicting Max's adventures. Mighty Max had several different series of playsets, so let's take a brief look at some of the themes. Doom Zones had 3 series with some variations and renames. Heroes and Villains had 6 playsets with 3 featuring figures in the cartoon style. Horror Heads had 2 series and were the most popular among the Doom Zones. Monster Heads were smaller playsets that featured 1 monster and a unique Max figure. Hairy Heads or Dread Heads were bonuses that came with the Doom Zones in the US. In UK and Europe, they were on card backs and were known as scalps. Shrunken Heads were the smallest playsets with little play value, as there was no removable monster, but did have a unique Max figure in each one. There was a total of 16 sets, with 8 being based off the cartoon series. Battle Warriors were action figures that transformed into playsets. There were also larger playsets, McDonald playsets, and Watch playsets. Mighty Max is probably one of the most well-known micro playsets from the 1990s, along with Polly Pocket. The details in the playsets and the monster figures are very well done, and it's easy to see how children could get lost in the adventures with so many different playset settings. Body Wars was released in 1994 and was designed by those characters from Cleveland and produced by Toy Max. There were 6 playsets: Hardy Heart, Skull Scanner, Laser Lung, Eye Eliminator, Main Brain, and Digo Destroyer. The main premise of this toy line was that the health heroes defended the fighting fortress against their enemies, the Germ Warriors. Each playset contained 1 health hero and 2 Germ Warriors. The sets also came with shooting missiles. On the back of each packaging, there was a brief explanation of the body part and its function in the human body. These toys were designed to have a more educational purpose than other toys like Mighty Max. These sets were definitely some of the weirder micro playsets released during this time. There were also several micro playsets based off of popular cartoons and comics like the X-Men, Spider-Man, etc. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had many different playsets released in 1994 by Playmates. There were the Turtle Transport combos that contained 1 figure and 2 vehicles, the Bodacious Battle sets which had 4 different playsets that could be connected together by bridges and platforms, which came with 1 figure. There was the Turtle Top playsets that were double-decker playsets that had 3 figures each, and when folded up, they turned into a different character head. The carry-along playsets were slimmer and designed more for travel. They came with 3 figures each and were in the design of Wrath's Size, Leo's Katana, and the Turtle Communicator. The Turtle and Turtle series had 4 playsets in total and were larger than the other playsets. They were in the design of a turtle, and their heads, stomachs, and shells all opened up into different playsets. These sets came with 2 figures each. There was also the normal mini mutant playsets that were in the shape of each pre-mutated turtle and would fold out into a playset. These were later re-released in a shiny metallic paint deco. The micro playsets of the 1990s were some of my favorite toys growing up. I had a ton of the Polly Pocket compacts and even some of the playsets targeted more towards the boys. However, like with most of these toys, you did end up losing several of the tiny pieces, so finding a complete set in today's market might be a little harder unless you're willing to spend a little bit more money. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you can check out all my other reviews. If you have any 80s and 90s toys you want me to talk about, please put them in the comments below. Until then, this has been Third Earth Reviews.